you're doing well. I'm going to be doing your reading from the 18th to the 31st of January, and we're going to be looking at some of the current energies. We'll also give you some kind of practical tips on how to solve problems if there is any problems, but also just a general sort of gist and juju vibe of what's actually going on. This is just a general reading, so it may not resonate for everybody. Let's just find out what's going on. So Judgment has fallen out. Ace of Cups. Five of Cups in reverse. We've got Wands energy. Two of Swords. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Okay. And we'll do an Oracle card as well. Okay, blossoming. Okay, yeah, there's a definite sense of blossoming, of things growing. This works so well, this Ace of Cups. This is all about, wanting something to blossom and to have joy, the sense of something growing. I don't want to use the word fertility, but, something growing and blossoming in the way that it's very special to you. It brings a lot of happiness. Actually, it brings a lot of what I call deep emotional feelings. And, this idea of a sense of feeling very overwhelmed almost. Your emotions are overflowing. It's very watery energy here, with you Virgos, despite being earth. If you've got a Pisces placement in your chart particularly, this is quite interesting. I really like the fact that those two cards come out together and they show this blossoming. We've also got the Two of Swords, which is all about balance and harmony. So there's a sense of having this kind of Libra, if you've got an air sign that's a Libra, but doesn't have to be, there's a certain vibe to it, this kind of affection, this harmony. We have this sense of joy and harmony coming to you. And I think what is particularly nice about this is that it really talks a little bit more about people being very affectionate with you, people being very special to you. And I think you're starting to feel a little bit more embraced by people with this Queen of Swords in reverse. There's an idea that you don't feel so lonely, starting to feel more involved in a sort of community, or somebody's being slightly more affectionate with you, and so you don't feel so trapped in yourself. You almost feel like it's kind of a lucky day. But I think because of that, it has overwhelmed you. These two cards together, they sort of suggest that you need this balance and harmony if you were to not get overwhelmed. Okay, because this Queen of Swords can talk a little bit about almost not being on the ball because you are being overwhelmed. This idea of joy and fertility and blossoming. Again, when I use the word fertility, I just mean growing. And that balance and that harmony, this is what you seek, and these two kind of help you get there, and you have to balance them quite well. Okay. And again, we've got the Judgment card, which at face value might seem quite odd. But to me, this is when, the bell is going to ring. Something is going to happen. This joy and this balance will happen. But this is also actually the ability to be quite a magical manifester. The ability to keep going in tough times. And I actually think a lot of you, may face criticism from other people. You may face this idea that things aren't always right, but you can make them right. There's just a lot of personal power in this card that I see, especially for you Virgos, with this stability and this earth energy. It's just an element of Judgment is part of finding balance and bliss in your life, I believe. I think it's all about being able to really consider the things in your life. And I feel like, this spread is really pointing towards love, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm just going to choose a love card just so we can get an indicator for you guys that are watching that are interested in love and would perhaps like those solutions. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Yes, this sense of judgment and healing, forgiveness. So Judgment Day is often known as, the kind of day that a lot of religious people, Christians particularly, are kind of scared, maybe excited about. I don't really know, I'm not a Christian. And there's a sense of forgiveness. Judgment Day is when you'll be taken to heaven, you're picked in this certain element. So I like that those two go together, and also when we forgive and learn, we balance ourselves out more. So there's a sense of this is the kind of solution to get towards that joy and that balance. We also have this Two of Pentacles in reverse, which actually suggests that we're doing really well. We're not anticipating trouble here. So again, we have a really nice spread here. We have this balance and harmony. We're not expecting things to go awry. And also, it's again this idea about our anxiety is being put at ease because we have this idea that harmony, is there. And maybe that's also to do with that Judgment card, that we know we're protected and that we know that we're going to be okay, because we always have this maybe look on our side, etc., etc. It's an interesting kind of interpretation to take on, especially when I'm doing these general readings. But we also do have this Page of Pentacles in reverse, which kind of suggests that we are not so keen to reflect on things. I think that's actually to do with this Cups energy here. So we actually have Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so to have Five of Cups in reverse and also this Pentacles energy is quite interesting. It's almost like we are getting too settled with good things happening. So this is really all about, a really good relationship, not losing things. We're doing really well. We're actually sort of flourishing. Again, there's something here is really blossoming and flourishing. And, because of that, maybe we're not feeling so on it. Again, there's that idea about, I said this in the Queen of Swords in reverse, we're not feeling so on it, because everything is going so well, we're feeling more supported. We don't always feel like we need to be on it. And also we don't need to go in and reflect because everything on the exterior is working out for us. And then finally, we've got Eight of Wands as well, which I think is interesting as well, because I think that is all about, speed and decisions that perhaps a little bit too hasty, but they're very fast and they work well. So again, this is like things coming at us very quickly. We're really moving on, we're pushing forward. But there's generally an idea about a lot of this coming to us quickly, especially with the idea that, we're moving, we want to move quickly without anxiety. And I think that's what we're going to achieve quite well. There's a sense of a linear progression here with these cards, and this idea that blossoming is the final outcome, that this joy, this bliss is our destination. And the journey is forgiving and learning ourselves, people around us, especially if it's been an issue beforehand where people are trying to hold you down, people judging you, you feeling like you're judging yourself almost for some kind of element in one way or another. And now you're feeling more supported with this element of balance and harmony and a good experience with love and wealth as well. If you're not interested in love, this is also really good for wealth, especially with that, Two of Swords, this idea of kind of balancing things out and not feeling like you're in debt or you're over plenished. That kind of thing is a real sense of balance, which is really nice. Again, if you've got Libra in your life, this might be also more resonant as well. So I'll pull another card just to get a general kind of vibe. We could get a little bit more of a clarifier on the forgiving and learning would be quite nice. The Hanged Man. Okay, yeah. So in order to transition in your life, in order to have this blossoming, because blossoming is a transition in itself, we need to forgive and learn. So yeah, that clarifier works really well. We need to be able to respect ourselves, forgive ourselves, learn, and also for other people too, not just ourselves, because again, we've got that idea about not wanting to reflect too much on ourselves. We need to transition. Okay, I think if we don't, we'll end up getting stagnant. There's an element of surrendering here, surrendering to your feelings and knowing that actually, if I do that, I will be overtaken with this great ability to be able to move and to blossom and to really cherish what I already have as well. So that was your reading, Virgo, for the end of January. I hope you enjoyed it. I really generally hope you have an amazing end of January, and thanks for watching.